Previously on that Cthulhu, John.
You said an autopsy report? Gosh, I wonder if it'd be anything different from what they had in the papers.
I feel like we should call Thompson.
Would you bring that phone over here?
Welcome. I'll get that report for you. In the autopsy report, says both ventricles and heart ruptured. No signs of foreign body entry. Toxology report clean. Both eyes with subconjunctival hemorrhage. It concluded to be a massive heart attack.
Do I know enough about medicine to know if that's anything other than a massive heart attack?
If you grabbed the heart and squeezed it, that would be the only way that both ventricles would burst.
Welcome to that Cthulhu, John.
Hello, and welcome to that Cthulhu, John.
Hello, thanks for joining us for That Cthulhu John, episode 41. We are a real play Call of Cthulhu podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore. And with me are my friends and investigators, Chad.
Hey, guys.
Chuck.
I'm the keeper of arcane drawers. Underwears.
And Jenny.
Hi.
So, guys, when we last left off, Walter was still at work. Lenny and Heather were headed back to the hotel. And it was about 7 o'clock when they got back to the hotel. What do you guys want to do from the hotel right now?
I suppose we're just kind of speculating at this point and discussing possible next moves. Eating as well.
Okay.
I think Heather needs to contact that woman again, see what we can find out, what she may have translated.
Okay.
You think I should do it before Walter gets back without,
No, because... I don't remember. Did you guys meet in person or was it over the phone?
just over the phone?
Yeah, maybe it might be a good idea for you two to go and meet up with her. The phone's so impersonal. And if there's weird shit going on, I don't know what kind of spells might be able to wiretap phones, without a trace.
Oh, but they can't do it in person? You don't want to talk to her on the phone.
Yeah,
because you could get a spell put on you, so go see her in person.
Knew it. They're at that seedy motel that all of them go to.
You're one of them. You're trying to get us.
Well, just in case. Yeah, I don't want to go with you. It's just if she's a snake lady.
All right, so do you guys just want to wait until Walter comes back?
Yeah, I guess so. There's not much we can do.
Walter, your shift wraps up. I guess you head back to the hotel room?
Yeah, I think so. Is there anything eventful at work today?
Not much happened, no.
All right, then, yeah. I guess I'd probably roll that about as early as I could and head on back, see how Heather's call to Dr. McLeod went.
Okay, so you head back, you get to the hotel room. You see that they've already ordered some food there and got some ready for you there as well there, Walter.
And I did call you already and told you how it went. I called you at work.
Okay, so you can talk in person now if you'd like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's got to be some things we're going to have to follow up.
I don't want to... It's happened. Can we talk about something else for once? So you guys see Cheers?
Oh my god.
You can now call Raquel McLeod if you want.
Yeah, so Walter, we were discussing the possibility that if one of these other Mages 5 guys were involved in the death of Raymond Tooley here, and I hand him the autopsy report in the folder or whatever. Maybe something she translated sounds like what could have did this to a man, if someone has the ability to make a heart burst.
Yeah, we could certainly start there.
But I don't know, a phone call late at night, I feel like There's a lot for her to tell us.
Well, maybe we could use the night to pour through the fourth book, and perhaps by morning we'd have something a little more concrete. Maybe I could give her a call and try to set something up for the morning, or maybe just give her a call in the morning and see if she has some availability.
Perhaps your assistant should call. But I do think you should go with her to see her, put some FaceTime in. Getting good with this woman, as hard as that might be, because she seems to have a lot more info, or at least have a lot of everyone's info, more than you're going to get by yourself.
She seems a lot more trustworthy than the other guys in your group, too.
Maybe to you. I heard that phone conversation, she seems to, have a bit of a bond with you or something. Hopefully that helps.
I could go with you.
Well, if what you said is right, if you showed her this death certificate and, confirmed her suspicions, I mean, maybe we could lead with that. See if there was something she translated that they used directly, or...
Yeah, hang on to it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
What if Brightly or one of the others is involved with these people that had the flower that you know? And he looks to you, Lenny.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little weird. I'm not sure. It's got to be connected, though. If these things are that rare, if these things don't exist, but there's some in Thule's books, and there was one sitting on the shelf in my boss's office.
Wait, your boss attacked you?
There was a flower in his office, is all I said, but, yeah, I don't know if there's any point in holding back at this point. Ain't no right, though.
Well, yeah, I'll forget that I heard that, but it just caught me by surprise.
Yeah, let's just say your Ophidians took over gangsters. Let's just say that. All right, that's enough. It's not good.
Whoa.
It's a lot of power for a non-human creature to be running around with. Not that I believe in snake people or nothing.
Of course.
No, not that, but I mean...
I don't know what I saw.
What do you think? Could Brightly have ties to the mob or something?
I mean, sometimes you know a guy that knows a guy.
Maybe they got him some rare flower, or vice versa?
I mean, I don't know where the ties might be, but maybe he did some work with him. Put in an order. I don't know. But seems a little too rare for, this purple flowers to be showing up all over Philadelphia.
That nobody knows about.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that they're snake people, and your man has like a hard-on for these snake people. It's all connected. I just can't figure out how.
Yeah, I guess that part does make sense. He kind of sits back in his chair and takes a few bites of whatever kind of food you get here.
I'm kind of confused about, why did they already have a ceremony that she was talking about, Walter? She's saying they had one without her. And it's acid, and did they bring them on? And that's why they're lying about it? And denying everything you say?
I hadn't considered that.
Maybe the ritual or whatever they did woke the Ophidians in the first place, but that still doesn't really explain the orchid. He finishes up his food and goes to wash his hands in the bathroom. So I'm going to look through this book, see if I can find anything.
Maybe these orchids are common wherever these dudes are allegedly supposed to be sleeping. Maybe they brought one with them. It's a thought, but you gotta find out whatever that ritual was for. A ritual to what effect?
Right. Walter, do you start going through book number 4?
After I wash and dry my hands, I do, sure.
Right, yeah.
Ain't trying to get no stains on it.
I'm gonna take a bath and have my leg on the edge of the tub,
Okay.
up out the water. Try to wash myself with a rag on a stick.
So, Walter, you're going through this text in this book. Are you starting from the beginning of it, or paging through it, or what?
I don't know. I guess maybe at first, just kind of thumbing through it. If there's any like notes that seem particularly extensive, or like, I don't know, a paragraph or more. See if there's anything that looks meaty.
Okay.
Is the hotel like one room?
One room and a bathroom, maybe.
Might imagine so. There's always Yuki as well. I don't think she's going to give up any info on whether or not she had sold a flower, but I don't know. We could always go down there and try to swipe her records or some shit. It's all the way down in Delaware, though, and it's an expensive flower.
Maybe we could call and say that we have one, and how much is it worth to her, even though we don't. See if she remembers it then.
You could try.
I'm a pretty good liar, guys. Ooh, maybe I'll use an accent.
You know what? Maybe you shouldn't.
I was just kidding.
Well, I mean, give it a shot. Like, what is it going to sound like? What are you going to go with? What is the most, like, trustworthy, believable accent that you could think of?
Hello!
Oh, right. Yeah, no.
Have you seen this flower? I have one. I think I nailed it, guys. Good,
Probably,
right?
stick with that Philly accent instead.
So, Walter, as you are paging through this book, you see some diagram of some sort in the margin of one of the pages.
Well, that certainly sounds interesting.
It looks like a little sketch of something. Whatever it is, looks kind of insect-like. It has, what do you call that when the knees bend backwards on your legs?
Like
Ooh, like some
hypermobile?
reverse joints.
Yeah, like
Oh, backwards legs.
backward knees. Yeah.
Yes.
And got really long arms, shorter legs with those backwards knees. Has weird protrusions coming off of it. There are lines pointing to it, certain different parts saying, arms, and points to the head, and it says specifically eyeless. And then there's a diagram that pointing there, it says difficult to tell which is anterior and which is posterior.
Huh.
It's a butthead.
Yeah, what's that mean?
It's a butthead.
And it has it pays special attention to its hand, which has what looks like 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. 2 thumbs on each end and 3 fingers in the middle.
That's pretty wild. Does it give any idea of what this thing is called? I mean, is this similar to the Ophidians, or is this something totally different?
It says that whatever it is can go between dimensions, and what he calls it then is a dimensional shambler.
Ooh. I wonder, this must be what the others had talked about in the ritual. Or, I mean, could be. He said that we were gonna summon something. That was the part that kind of freaked me out. And, yeah, this looks pretty freaky.
You guys are scaring me.
I'm not, because I know what that is. I know how awful that is. I know how completely terrible that is.
Okay.
What, a dimensional shambler?
No, Lenny has no idea what a shambler is. You can't even walk right, shambling. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm a terrestrial shambler. But yeah, no, that sounds terrible.
What about the pages like before and after? Anything related to this terrible dimensional shambler looking monstrosity?
The butthead?
Well, a lot of what you see in there is more of the highlighted text. There's a couple of weird symbols that are drawn in the side, but it doesn't give any explanation as to what the symbols are.
Okay. This could be something to ask McLeod about.
And again, there's more lines to plot in this book.
Yes.
I think we should just call her now. Set up an appointment. If she doesn't answer, she doesn't answer.
Do you have her home number? Because it'd be after 8 or 9 or so, right?
It's like 8:30, maybe 9 now.
And maybe she's still there. Or maybe the rest of those dudes killed her.
Whoa.
We don't know.
That's true.
Damn.
Terrible stuff's happening every minute.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
Much weirder things have happened.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, we could leave her a message if she's not there and let her know that we hope to meet with her tomorrow. If she's available. He shrugs.
Where does she work? Is that also Penn? Does everybody just work at
She's also
Penn?
a Penn professor.
Okay.
I slide her business card down on the table next to the book. The opposite direction, so it faces Heather. I say, this is our gal here.
Right. So the phone rings a couple times, and then an answering machine picks up, and it goes, "Hi, you've reached Dr. Raquel McLeod," and then you hear something fumble, and you hear, "Yeah, hello."
Oh, good, because I didn't know what I was going to say on your answering machine that I felt comfortable saying. It's Heather.
It says Heather.
Walter's assistant?
Walter's assistant, right? Yeah. So we just talked earlier today. What else can I help you out with?
I know it's late. I'm sorry to bother you, but
Oh, I was just marking some papers, just burning the midnight oil.
we were able to get that autopsy.
No kidding. What did it say?
I was wondering if there's any chance Walter and I could meet with you. I'm not really comfortable saying it over the phone.
He says, "Okay, I kind of understand that, but where would you like to meet? In my office?"
Will the other guys in your club, like, do you see them often? Is there a chance they will see us going to you?
I try to avoid them as much as I can, honestly.
Okay, as long as they're not going to be, like, coming in your office or pass us in the hallway. I don't know them, but I don't trust them.
They only ever come to me when they need something translated.
Okay, and I just ask Walter, hold the phone and just say, like, when works for you tomorrow. She said we can go, Walter.
Oh, wow, that's great news. I guess sometime earlier than noon, depending on how much time she has, maybe 10:30, 11. Shrugs.
So you tell her that, and she goes, "Well, I get into my office at 8. My first class is at 10, so if you can come anytime between then."
That's even better.
Okay, we could be there early.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow morning then.
Thank you so much.
She says, "Yeah, I got some more papers to grade here. Hopefully I'm done so I can be there early tomorrow."
Good luck.
She says, "Thanks," and hangs up with you. And what are you guys doing for the rest of tonight? Are you just going to go to sleep?
Good work, Heather.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'm
That's pretty good.
probably already laying out, elevating the leg.
Probably got a few hours of plotting in my future.
So how late you trying to stay up doing that?
Probably till like midnight.
I'm going to bed. Heather's not used to waking up early.
Right.
I probably crashed a little early.
Okay. And Walter, how late are you staying up looking through these books?
Probably till like midnight, at least.
I'd say you stay up till midnight and you start plotting these lines like you have been. But then there's certain letters that start coming up that don't seem to make lines. At least not the way that the other ones did.
He stops a moment and kind of examines the information that's near some of these strange letters. See if there's anything you can pick up on, maybe.
Okay. So you start reading through this.
It's weird. He looks around. You guys both passed out at this point. He's just by himself, nerding out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, this is fascinating. Oh.
I mean, you can wake me up if you're really excited.
Okay, so what do you do with these weird extra letters that are highlighted here, Walter?
Well, I mean, my first thought would be to check the nearby pages and see if there's anything that might reference them, or maybe make some separate notes, see if there's any part of a code or anything like that going on.
So, Walter, you start just writing out the letters as they appear in order, in a row,
How's that look? Make any words or?
and you start to realize, wait a minute, this is Latin.
One of my favorite secondary specialities.
It's just that it doesn't have any spaces there, but it's all there.
Does it form words or sentences if I break it up a little more carefully?
It looks like it does.
Ooh, well then I'm just going to have to start over and see if I can break it into individual words.
Okay. So you start doing that, breaking it into words, writing those down. It's approaching midnight now, though. Are you going to stay up later?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to at this point. I'm just getting to the good stuff.
Okay. So as you go through the Latin words here, it looks like it describes some type of a circle that you can draw. It refers to itself as the elder geometry.
Interesting. I mean, he likes math, but I mean, he's not any expert or anything. Are there any examples of this geometry, or is it just referencing the fact that it exists, I guess?
It mentions something about drawing a geometric diagram on the ground. It doesn't mention exactly how the diagram is shown or drawn, and something about a summoned being might attempt to cross the barrier. It will help to stop them from crossing over within the circle.
Jeez.
So it talks about summoning something from beyond, and it would be trapped inside this circle. Probably. It's basically hasn't been exactly tested out yet, it seems.
Let's try it.
Well, yeah, gosh, I would think that between each line that he plots and then this further bit of information here, he's getting more and more worried the more he finds out about this. Not that he knows what a dimensional shambler is, but he's sticking with his original gut instinct here that it's some bad news. Now further compounded by what he just read. Assuming this elder geometry talks about imprisoning this dimensional shambler.
Could be.
He looks around just like, man, I can't believe nobody's reading this with me, or just...
Everyone's asleep.
And, you know, with that, he probably takes a cue and gets under some covers, tries to get some sleep.
You finally crash there, Walter, after having a rather exciting, well, at least exciting to you, revelation.
It's fascinating to him. If only he had someone to share it with. Aw, Millie.
Oh, oh, Millie.
So tomorrow morning,
Taking a hit point back.
yeah, everyone gets a hit point back.
Nice.
Oh, wait, before that happens,
Christ.
Heather,
Yeah.
you have another dream where you are a mermaid again.
Yes.
Swimming through the ocean. You got little pufferfish friends. You can, like, play ball with them with a dolphin.
Oh my god.
But then all of a sudden you feel something underneath you, and it pulls you up and out of the water. And you get pulled onto a ship. You get hauled up onto the ship by a dark figure. He opens up the net and points towards the bow of the ship. At the bow of the ship, you see what looks like some sort of large pile of rags, all of it yellow. The yellow rags start to fall away, and then you see Professor Bradshaw standing there. He turns to you, Heather, and goes, "Well, guess you better wake up then." And his face turns into a weird tentacle and starts to come at you, and you wake up in a sweat.
Oh, Freddy Krueger'd me.
Oh, man. Super creepy.
You have that little nightmare, and you wake up. You can still get a hit point if you're down any hit points.
I'm not. Just mentally. What time is this? Like, if I look at that little glowing radio alarm clock.
You guys managed to get up at 7 in the morning now. Well, that's when you wake up in a sweat there, Heather.
Okay, yeah, I'm like waking everybody up.
I think I would have been up already.
Okay.
Yeah, Lenny, you're used to waking up early.
Yeah, I'm probably sitting there drinking vending machine coffee already.
Oh, then I immediately start telling you my dream, which, because I know you would want to hear it.
Hand her a cup.
First thing in the morning.
It's warm. It's not very hot. It's just sitting there for a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't envy your dreams.
I know, but he's like, I could feel it.
Yeah, it's a very realistic feeling dream.
I don't know. What if he's in my head? He was in Ginger's head, and he was in everybody in the...
Yeah, but you said he absolved you of the mojo.
I know. I haven't seen the shape, but I just...
Well, yeah, we read in the book, you need the mark, you need the shape to get the puppet.
Just keep your eyes on my eyes. Just make sure they don't turn yellow.
Kind of like, look, are they yellow at all?
No, you don't see any yellow discoloration of the eyes.
No, it looks like you got all your vitamins.
Okay. Yeah, and then I chug cold coffee or whatever, because I never want to sleep.
So, Heather and Walter, do you head over to... Well, Walter, are you awake yet? Question mark.
I would probably wake up we'd wake up by 7, I think.
Yeah, I'd probably get up.
Yeah, I figured it'd be kind of tough to sleep through that in such a small room.
Mm-hmm. I hand you a tiny warm cup of coffee, black, nothing in it.
Delightful.
All right, so you guys have your morning coffee, and do you wind up going to University of Pennsylvania again?
Yeah, try to get there by like 9
Yeah.
at the latest.
Hey, Heather, before you guys take off, you mind if I have the keys to Ginger's car?
No, I don't care.
Excellent.
I want to say I put my smartest outfit on, too. Like, whatever I think look like it could be someone's assistant.
Okay.
If I have any type of button-down shirt. And I, carry a pen and a book.
You have what you wore to the funeral.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Right, so you get dressed up as an assistant, and you guys head over there?
Before we do that, though, Walter takes out his wallet and he breaks Heather out with $100. He says, "This is hopefully, just the beginning of a lucrative friendship and business partnership. This is thanks for all your great work so far."
Thanks, Walter. Is it like $100 bill?
I was thinking more like 520s. He's not like...
Yeah, he's not that kind of baller.
All right. Okay.
He's not balling that quite hard.
She was gonna make that noise with it that makes like a sound like check it out.
All right, so you guys head to the linguistics department over at the University of Pennsylvania. You arrive there. Oh, what's going on?
I was gonna ask Lenny if he takes the car, if any of his people that he's still friendly with, if he wants to change the license plate, if that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea, so we're not getting pulled over. Or don't. I don't care. Let's light it on fire. I don't know.
You've been hanging out with too many gangsters.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't too many movies. I don't know what you mean. I suppose I could steal one if you want, but I don't think we really need to. I mean, maybe we shouldn't hang on to it for too long, but...
Okay.
I mean, you want me to go by and check on her, or...?
Oh, I don't think you should. No, she already had you once.
I don't think we should go anywhere near that girl.
With a knife covered in olive oil.
Nah, I had her beat the whole time. She couldn't.
What did you want to do before you head over to the linguistics department there, Heather?
That was it. We're not gonna do it. I was just asking Lenny if it was a good idea because I think that I'm 1/4% mobster now because Lenny is my friend. So I think all the movies are true. And
Yeah, I got connections.
I think that that's how it works because in my head, Lenny is like the big boss and he could just do whatever he wants.
Christ.
You said too much.
That's funny.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Well, maybe if you ever told me anything about your job, I would know what you actually do.
I just drive, all right?
Hey, we probably shouldn't mention anything about what Lenny does.
I know that.
Maybe we should reference that there could be some mobsters involved.
Not even 24 hours since I say something about I let it slip and you guys are just telling everybody.
Maybe we just say they're important people. We don't have to say that they're like connected. We could just be like, they have important jobs. It's the President of the United States of America.
So you guys get to the University of Pennsylvania. You're directed to the linguistics department. You see at the end of the hallway a door that says as a plaque on there, Dr. Raquel McLeod.
Prestigious.
Okay, I knock on the door.
You knock on the door and just hear, come in.
I'm going.
I open the door for you. Try to be a gentleman.
Ah, good move, Walter. Walter, give me a charm roll.
Oh, shit.
With a bonus die, because you're doing this for Heather. I like this idea.
Nah, no good. A little high.
Okay. So, Walter, you hold the door for Heather. Heather, you walk in, and you see her kind of roll her eyes a little bit. And she goes, yeah, what can I help you with?
Well, good morning.
So I guess that Walter has the obituary.
Yeah. It's autopsy report. It's not an obituary.
Oh, I keep saying that. No. You guys are gonna fire me.
So you said you had the autopsy report?
Yeah, I do, and it's really strange. I mean, I'm sure you're much more learned than me, but it doesn't seem like a normal heart attack.
Okay. So you hand it to her, and she goes, huh. No, that doesn't sound like a normal heart attack, does it?
What exactly did you translate for the other guys?
She takes a deep breath, lets it out. And she says, well, I will say a lot of it kind of turned out to be what sounded like odd malarkey. However, Brightly seemed to be over the moon about it. I couldn't make heads or tails out of it except for translating it directly. For some of these translations that I made, a lot of it turned out to be gibberish in different languages. However, Brightly seemed to be very excited about these weird conclusions that I came to.
Did it seem like he knew what they meant?
You know, it almost seemed like he did.
I'm telling you, these guys know so much more than they're saying. They just can't translate it.
She goes, well, you know, I kind of had that suspicion myself. After all, they did do that first ritual without me.
I was curious about that. Like, why would they do that?
Well, I translated some ancient Sanskrit that spoke of the Ophidians and the Black Lotus. How they got their hands on the Black Lotus, I have no idea. They said not to worry about it. But using a combination of the Black Lotus and LSD, Willis Freeman found that this combination could cause the correct patterns of electricity and chemicals in the brain to tap into something else, something outside of what normal men know, or normal people, I should say.
Well, yeah, that definitely makes sense with everything we found out so far, but something you said kind of reminded me of our friend. You said they told you not to worry about where they got the Black Lotus from?
Yeah, they said that they got one. I never even got to see the thing.
There's There's got to be some kind of connection there.
Didn't he tell you that he never heard of it, Walter? Like, he's never seen one?
Oh, did he tell you that?
Well, Freeman did seem pretty surprised. I mean, I gave him a sample of something that my friend said he was...
Freeman was surprised.
Well, he seemed surprised.
Says he's the one who did all of the chemistry behind it, the biochemistry.
Son of a... They've been playing me for a fool this whole time?
Says, wait, how much did they tell you about the ritual that we're doing at the end of the month?
Barely anything. I mean, I thought I found some things that went along with what they told me in the 4th volume, but I don't know. I mean, just everything I've been told is kind of worrisome. What do you know?
She says, well, I guess they never told you about the sacrifice you're going to have to make.
Oh, why was I afraid of that? Could you be a little more specific?
Walter, considering that this is possibly world-ending stuff, each of the Magus 5 are going to give up 10 years of their life to perform this ritual.
What? This keeps getting worse and worse. He face palms, shakes his head.
You have to understand the only reason I'm still with this group of dinosaurs is to help save the world. I just hope that it's not coming to an end sooner than we could possibly stop it.
Just give them the first 10 years. You don't need those.
How old is the oldest member?
You're going to be dead soon.
I mean, can they all afford to lose 10 years? And how do they lose 10 years? Like, they fast forward time? Like, I don't...
Everything comes with a price.
So she says to you that it drains so much energy from you that it actually shaves years off of you.
Oh, God.
And the oldest member of the Magus 5 is Tom, and he's coming in at 70 now.
Jeez.
What if they die?
Their energy goes into it.
Into what?
Into the spell.
Oh my God, Walter, you can't... Like, why do they need...
He kind of sits down with a thud. Sits back in his chair, looking a little disgruntled.
She goes, they didn't tell you too much, did they?
They didn't tell you shit, Walter.
Says, no, they didn't.
She might like that she speaks very plainly to Walter, you know? They're very buddy-buddy. They're obviously besties.
Mm-hmm. He didn't say, shut up, woman.
I just want you to know what you're getting into.
Walter, did you tell Lenny and I about the spells, or like the stuff you found in the 4th book this morning?
Yeah, he probably didn't. I say,
Okay. Did you bring any books with you?
Yeah, he's been schlepping around all 4 of them. Maybe, could I share something with you that I came across last night? Maybe you could confirm some of my other terrible suspicions. He says frustratedly as he pulls out the 4th volume and goes back to the bit about the dimensional shambler. He's like, is some of this what to expect in the ritual? This bit mentions a summoned being.
Says, yeah.
And then he flips to the other part about the geometry.
And she says to you, well, according to the expertise they all put together, each of us has one of the cubes that we're plotting out. When we plot them all out, the dimensional shambler will take them, arrange them into a hypercube, and then rearrange it back into a map that we can view as humans.
Oh, this is getting real Goonies.
Is the dimensional shambler the creature that they're talking about, or is it the geometrical shape?
Says the dimensional shambler is a creature from beyond our reality.
And he flips to the
fuck is
page that had the sketch.
So that's why they have a trap for it. I couldn't figure that out. What they needed it for. Why trap it, right? Apparently to make a friggin' sweet map.
So, Walter, what do you say to all this? Are you just dumbfounded?
A little bit of that, but he's like, the one thing I still just don't get really is the whole orchid thing. I mean, do you think there's any chance? Well, no, I guess they've already deceived me, so there's definitely a chance they're not what they say they are. But did anything you came across? This is kind of outside the box, no pun intended. But did anything you came across mention a way to identify the Ophidians? I mean, if they can shapeshift and look like us, I mean, is there a chance that one of us could be? And that's why they're playing us? I don't know. That's crazy, right? He looks to you both.
Just put on the glasses.
They live.
I came here to do two things. Go on. I'm done.
No, I mean, that was pretty much all Walter had to say. He's just kind of brainstorming out loud.
Well, she leans back and says, Walter, I hope I illuminated some things for you today. If you want out, now's the time to do it.
Did she?
Did she answer?
You skipped over that question because I did a thing about they live.
What was the question?
About
Can
whether
you
or not,
identify? Is there any way to?
yeah, if there was any means to identify the Ophidians with their shape-shifting abilities.
She says, if there is, I haven't come across it.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Did you come across any weaknesses that the Ophidians might have in your books?
She says that they seem to be weak to cold. Just like a regular snake would be, I guess.
Okay.
Can identify them from their jackets.
If somebody got poisoned by them, is there anything in your books that you translated that has like a cure, any kind of remedy for it?
Or an anti-venom?
She says to you, since the venom from them hasn't been extracted, we wouldn't be able to make an anti-venom. Unless, of course, you could extract some from one, but I don't know. Your friend said he saw them. Do you think in any way he could somehow get it out of them? That's if you really wanted an anti-venom, but I wouldn't take one of these things on.
No.
Well, even if we did,
No.
Gonna have to.
I know, shut up.
given everything we've talked about, I mean, I know your reasons for doing this, but do you trust the others?
Well, I trust them about as much as I can throw them, but they need me. I have that leverage over them.
I mean, who's to say that they didn't bring them here with their spell?
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. Whatever ritual they performed.
Something woke him up.
She says that's really worrisome idea.
Nobody else knows anything about any of this, and you guys have the books. I don't know, and they seem a little to deny it way too quickly whenever Walter tried to bring it up, that they were here.
And she says, speaking of the books, Walter, the other day when I was talking to you on the phone, how many books did you say you had?
14? Thinks about it for a moment.
She says, each of us have 15 books, Walter.
Oh no.
And that's where we're going to end the episode.
That's... What number was it? Was it number 1? Is number 1 missing? He has the first 14.
There's 64 altogether, right? Or how many? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's okay. I mean, I got the table of context, so...
80.
Oh, there's 80, okay.
But do you? Maybe you don't.
Seems out of context.
Ba-da-bow.
My character wouldn't know, but...
Are they numbered? Is there a Dewey Decimal System involved with these books? These 80 books?
They're Roman numerals.
That'd be under religion, like 00 to 99?
Science fiction.
Sounds like a D100 roll.
No?
No, that's probably true.
History.
History. History.
Okay, hold on. I got to make a note.
Yeah. Yeah, really good at notes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just drew a hand with 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. That's like all. It looks like I'm really busy, but I'm just drawing a weird cartoon hand.
right, guys, before we go, let's thank our listeners first off.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks to everyone just for listening. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah. Thanks for all the awesome comments you've left us lately.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Keep on listening. Let's thank our Patreon supporters. We got Anthony Stanley.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Aunt.
Thank you.
We also have Andrew Fletcher.
Thank you.
My
Thank
man,
you.
Andrew Fletcher. Thanks, sir.
Anne Marie Callahan.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
Regis Philbin.
Danke.
Oh, man. The legendary.
And, of course, Tom Winklespect. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Thanks to you guys for donating. You guys are the best. And everyone just remember that sanity is overrated.
What? The case of the missing library book.
Nancy Drew, I'm on the case, guys.
So he got stuck with like the less half. You know, it happens.
Hey, this is George. Just a quick reminder to like, follow, and review us if you like what you're hearing. And if you want to support us and make our show better, head on over to our Patreon. You can always email us at contact@thatcthulhujohn.com with any comments. And you can follow us on Instagram @thatcthulhujohn.